I was talking to my friend Joe earlier today about how I haven't really explained publicly what coaching has done for me in my life and what drove me to become a coach and why or how coaching could help other people. Because I think coaching is for everyone. Anyone who wants to move forward in their lives, anyone who wants to keep achieving things, anyone who wants to accelerate the way they do things. Because as humans, we procrastinate, we live in fear, we hold ourselves back, we self-sabotage, we do all kinds of stuff. And I guess that's where personal development kind of came into my life and why it's affected me so much. So just taking it back a few years. In 2013, I did a workshop. I have spoken about this before, but for those of you who haven't seen that, did a workshop, personal development workshop, had no idea really. I knew what self-help books were, but I don't think I knew exactly what this course was about. I kind of just went along. It was here in Melbourne, actually. And I'd been living up until that point pretty much doing the stuff that I wanted to do. Like, I traveled a lot. People were like, how do you travel so much? And it's not that hard. You just need to prioritize it. But I've been doing what I wanted to do. I was earning good money. I could do what I wanted to do at that point in my life. And I had been for maybe like 3 years before that, traveling and all that kind of stuff, following my heart. Like, I moved from Cairns, which is in the north of Australia, down to Adelaide to follow my heart, to live with my grandparents and be closer to them. I then followed my heart across to Melbourne, where my sister was living, lived with her, and that's where this all started. So I did this course, and what it really highlighted to me was why the way I was living was different to other people. Because I was just like, I just do what I want to do, and people were like finding it so hard, and I didn't get why people find that so hard. And there was so much I learned in that course as well. I'm not saying I knew all of this intuitively. I guess I kind of did, but I had a lot of conscious realizations during that course, as far as like how our mind operates, how our emotions come into everything, how our thoughts and our emotions control our actions, which really control our results. And so understanding that basic sequence of events was like mind-blowing for me. I was like, it's so obvious, it makes so much sense. Like, why aren't we taught this in schools? And this is something that gets me really fired up. I'm not going to go there today because that's not what this video is about. But I really feel like that should be base knowledge for any human who's walking this earth. Because we walk around, we have feelings and emotions and thoughts and fears and all kinds of crap going on that we need to learn how to deal with. And they're with us for our whole life. Like algebra and some of the stuff that we learn in school is far less applicable. Again, I'm going to cut myself off there. So I started doing a lot of personal development work. And for those of you who've never done personal development work, the way I see life is, think of it like this. Like, if you spend money on alcohol, or you spend money on a house or a car or a physical thing, you have that thing to show for it for a certain amount of time, but things devalue and, you know, someone could steal your car, or like materialistic things can be taken away from you. However, your experiences in life cannot be taken away from you. So things like travel, crazy adventures, just memories that you've got with people that you love, or even one-off encounters, like your memories and your experiences and your knowledge cannot be taken away from you. So that is why personal development to me is so, so important, because the only person who's in my life from the day that I'm born to the day that I die, and the only person that's in your life from the day that you were born to the day that you die, is you. So if you don't do everything you can to enjoy your life and to satisfy yourself, to fill yourself up with knowledge and enjoyment and love and excitement, what is life? Like, what? I don't know. Like, what is life if you can't enjoy it and you can't make it what you love and what you feel excited about and what you feel passionate about? So that's why I find coaching and personal development very essential for anyone who wants to live and actually thrive in their life. And I started coaching after I had been through a few personal development things, and I was actually coached by a guy who's a really good friend now called Pete Maloney. And the stuff with Pete was all about finding out who you truly are inside you. Like, what you are really, really here to do. And the message that you have to bring to the world, and the gifts and talents, natural abilities that you have, that you're here to deliver to the world. Now, I know I'm losing a few of you who are very logical, and you're like, this sounds woo-woo and hippie and crazy. But don't tell me there's nothing in your life that like makes you excited and makes you feel like nothing else. Sure, there's love, like you have love for other people, but there are things that you do in your life and things that you just adore, just absolutely cannot get enough of. Whether it's playing a sport, whether it's writing, whether it's art, whether it's traveling, whether it's helping people, you know, whatever it is for you. And it doesn't have to be anything grand, like your life purpose and your passion, what makes you passionate and happy and excited. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. It can be putting a smile on people's faces. It can be, you know, saying good morning when you're walking down the street and putting that smile on people's faces. Maybe that's your thing. Maybe that's what lights you up and makes you most excited and most fulfilled and satisfied in your life. That's cool. The problem is that we're taught to ignore those thoughts and feelings, and we're taught that there is a right way and a wrong way to live. There is a right way and a wrong way to do everything, basically. School just teaches us there's a right way, there's a wrong way, and there's no in between, which in life is totally not true, because I look at my boyfriend's work, for example. He's an architect, and he has to problem solve on the daily. And I'm telling you right now, there's no one right way and one wrong way. Like in anything, you need to be creative. You need to make a way to make things work. And if you're not in tune with your creativity, who you really are, and thinking outside the box, and just letting your natural gifts and talents fly, then we might as well all be robots. Like, really, we might as well all be robots. So what coaching and personal development has done for me is allowed me to tap into my natural gifts and talents, understand who I truly am inside, what I'm here for, and not only see that and understand that, but feel it within inside myself and let that motivate me and let that pull me along through life and let that excite me. Like, being driven by excitement, being driven by knowing the greatness that's inside me. That's what coaching's done for me. And that's what I want to do for other people, is really be able to bring them to their truth. Be able to bring them to a point where they understand who they truly are, what they're truly capable of, push through and overcome the barriers that they're putting up, the lies that they're feeding themselves, the excuses that they're feeding themselves, the self-sabotage that they might be undergoing, all that kind of stuff. Being able to move them forward through that is just amazing. Like, for me, it's one of the best things in the whole world. It's so awesome when someone feels very stuck with something and they feel like they have no way to move forward and to move past or over or around this. And to be able to see them get even that little step forward from where they would felt like they were really stuck is just insane. And the other thing is, like, hey Sasha, a lot of people also have a real issue and a block in their life because they think they know what their problem is. And that's not actually the problem. There's a lot going on below the surface that they're not even aware of unconsciously and within their body that they can't see themselves. They don't have that insight. They've never even thought about it like deeply enough because, again, we're not taught to do this kind of stuff in school or by our parents or there are some people growing up being taught this by their parents, and like, props to you guys who are those parents out there who are teaching your kids about this emotional intelligence, like listening to your body, listening to your emotions and your thoughts and feelings, and expressing them as well. Expressing your emotions. There's nothing wrong with doing that. Like laughing in public, singing in public, crying in public. Like, why should that be a weird thing? Shouldn't. I'm going off on a tangent again. But really, the point of this video tonight was really just to open up to you guys about why coaching and personal development is so close to my heart, so very, very important in my life, and something that I will always, always, always be on side with. I know I'm always going to be spending time, money, energy, and investing that into personal development and coaching because it's the only way for me. It's the only way to move forward at the pace that I want to move forward in, to overcome those blocks, because we just can't see them ourselves. To be able to get those things that I really want in life, that I'm like, instead of just sitting there and being like, oh yeah, I really want that, I have a coach and she's like, hey, why didn't you do that? Hey, how are you going with this? And she's on my case about it in a nice way. She's not whooping my ass yet. But it's great because I'm moving forward, and every single week I'm like, done this, made progress on that, moved forward on that. And it's just the way to get things done and not get caught up in the rat race. So I'm going to leave that with you. My voice is getting dry. I'm going to go hang out with my friend Jo because I'm at her place. Thank you, Jo. She's waving from over there. She won't let me show her because she's in her pajamas. I'm going to get in my pajamas. It is definitely time to have a little lay down, little girl chat. Maybe if she's left any of the raw chocolate I bought her, maybe I'll have a little bit of that too. Remember that you're creating absolutely everything in your life. Every single thing, guys. Don't forget it. And it's possible for you to create anything you can imagine. So why not move forward faster? Delve into a bit of coaching and personal development. It's worth a try.